Hello, I'm Dominic and welcome to United Sauce and Wingers. This is your lunchtime update. In this video, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about Watford game tomorrow. Huge game, FA Cup game. We need to win that. We're going to talk about Amad, our number 19 signs, which is epic. This is good. This is fresh. We need this. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important. We're going to talk about Ollie's press conference. That should be kicking off just about now. There's a few things that I'm hoping that I can hear and see, but that's very important. And there's so much we're going to dive into and delve into. So bear with me. We're going to have a good time. Let's do this. Come on. Yes, welcome to United Sauce and Wingers. I'm Dominic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before I carry on, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like the video. This is a lunchtime update. There is so much going on as we speak. Ollie's getting in his chair, talking about Manchester United, and after the sad news of obviously what happened and going out. Look, I've had some time to digest, and not only my lunchtime, because it's lunchtime in England right now, but I've had time to digest my food, digest my thoughts, and realize that we're all just passionate. We're emotional and we're passionate because we love our club and we want it to get to the place that it needs to be. We're on a journey. That's how I see it, guys. We're on a journey. And in this video, we're going to talk about how we can continue that journey and why there is cause for optimism. There is optimism. When we lose a game, obviously you're going to be upset. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to look at where it went wrong. All those players, bar maybe Luke Shaw, had terrible games. No one was safe in that, and they'll all hold their hands up. But there's cause for optimism. And in this video, you're going to understand why. We're going to give you the updates on Amad Diallo getting Rashford's number 19 shirt, which should bring him luck. Rashford already talking about it. Ollie should be talking right now in the press conference. Eager to see what happens there. There's news that Palestri actually has caught COVID. So Ollie's actually said right now in the COVID situation as we speak, you're worried about what's happening in society and country. It's a big thing. I feel safe within our bubble. We've taken steps to follow protocols. What's happening outside is frightening. We have responsibility to steer clear and keep within the bubbles. Look, we're going to be getting updates throughout this whole press conference, but there's rumor that Facundo Palestri is also caught COVID, which obviously he's been training with the first team. So that for me, that's a concern straight away. In terms of obviously if anybody else is going to get it. Also, it's slightly disappointing that we can't see him tomorrow if that's the case, because I'm really looking forward to seeing him play, and I think tomorrow would have been his opportunity, which is a bit of a shame in all honesty. But look, this is what happens. We just got to roll with the punches and keep going. So I'll keep you updated on the press conference and news and so forth. But Marcus Rojo and Sergio Romeo will not have their contracts extended, as we can see. All the news are coming in right now, and they're saying that as well that Igalo will be in the squad to face Watford tomorrow. In the squad, well, it's like a farewell. It makes no difference to me. If he's on the bench, great, mate. I don't know if you know some secrets about Watford that I don't know. Tell the people and then cheer on from the sidelines. We just need to win that match. But anyway, we're going to go into the Watford press preview shortly. First of all, I want to talk about Amad Diallo. So, guys, it's official. We've signed him. They tried to block it. They tried to say, oh, gosh, we want him, even though they weren't even playing the guy. They weren't playing him. And they said, okay, we want him to keep him on the bench for no reason, to make no sense. But Solskjaer was like, no, we need you right now. We want you right now, which is, for me, I'm getting these weird sort of vibes because I don't understand why we really, really want him to come straight away. But we keep getting the news from Solskjaer saying that he's one for the future. I don't know if this is part of Solskjaer's game when he sometimes likes to lie essentially and say, oh yeah, things are happening. This player's playing and the player never plays, or yeah, he's one for the future, or we start in the next game. Look, we know that Amad can't start next week because he's got against Watford because he's got to have his COVID test and so forth like that. But I'll be very intrigued to see how quickly he gets involved in the plans. We can see from what Solskjaer said when Amad came as a club that, look, I've followed Amad. This is Solskjaer speaking. I've followed Amad for a number of years, and having watched him myself, I believe he's one of the most exciting young prospects in the game. I love that. Manchester United have a proud history, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like Amad can reach his potential here. So this is where I'm trying to understand where Amad's going to fit in, because at the start of the video, I said, where does Amad fit into the team? Is it straight away? Is it long term? And I said, basically, there's cause for optimism. This is the cause for optimism, because the way we're looking at different players and young players and Caicedo and Amad, this is massive. We're changing the philosophy of how we buy players. So he said here, Solskjaer, it will take a time for him to adapt, but his speed, his vision, his fantastic dribbling ability will stand him in good stead to make that transition. So I'm intrigued. I can't get into the mind of Ollie. You know, we all can't. This guy goes up and down. You don't know what's happening. He can say one thing and mean something completely different. With Pellistri, we thought he would have played by now, but Pellistri seems to be grounded enough to know that his time will come later. So for me, seeing those quotes, it would say to most people that Amad's not going to be a part of this team for a while, maybe not even this season. But then at the same time, with that gaping hole on the right of our midfield, it just seems like this kid, he's so young. He's got the 19 shirt. No one tell me that the number 19 shirt is for the bench. I know Alexander Trent's got 66. I think that's just what he wants to wear. But number 19 is Rashford's shirt. That seems like a shirt that's going to be at least on the bench. And I'm hoping so. Look, I don't want to put so much pressure on the guy. He's so young. He's coming from Italy. I'm not even sure if he speaks good English. We'll find out soon. I want him to acclimate to his surroundings and get to know the team. And Bai has already come out and said, look, I'm going to look after him. I want to help him. He's young. I'll show him the way. And if anybody can show him the way, Eric King Bai, please help Amad, because he is such one for the future. So really, really, really excited about what we can see with Amad. And it's a very good thing that we're seeing. Look, we were all devastated at what happened in that game. And if you check out my previous video, where we actually did the match reaction, you'll see how we felt. We had Aiden, who is he said he doesn't want Ollie in the game. He said it outright because he wants the team to succeed. And myself, I'm always backing the manager because I feel like the board's a bigger issue. So for me, I feel like I've seen a lot of green shoots for Ollie, and I feel like if he continues to do what he's doing and gets the backing, he just needs that backing, because we're seeing him bring through the youth, get rid of all the bad vibes. The way he's signing players, it's big. So he's doing really, really well. So for me, it's a hard one. But as we can see in the press conference right now, Ollie's just talking now. He's saying, the reaction has been as expected. You're disappointed when you go out, always are. Want to go one step further, but have shown many times this season we can bounce back after disappointments. Yeah, I get it. It's hard because, you know, when you're emotional and you're like, it's so angry. Why did they not really put their foot in? Why didn't they stop that ball coming in and John Stones at back post? But as a manager, you can't be like us. Your job is to lift up your team and lift up the fans. So I understand where Ollie's coming from, and I respect him for that. He's our manager and I'll back him. He's also talked about Facundo, which we talked about earlier. He said, we don't normally comment on who has coronavirus, but Facundo is well, and hopefully he will be back soon with us. He's been with the reserves and wasn't really in our group over Christmas. Fantastic. So that's confirmed. He wasn't really with the first team group. So the first team seemed to be in a good bubble and they shouldn't be effective. But yes, we do hope that Facundo, get well soon, my brother. You look like a really, really good player. The right attitude. You're happy to go in under 23s and wait for your time. So good on you, mate. Good on you. If you're watching live, don't forget to like the video. Anybody who's watching this later and hadn't subscribe now. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers, which will be great. I think we're about 12 off. So share it, like it. That'll be epic. What's Boogie Vibe saying? City game made me realise we don't have the ball playing winger aside from Martial. That's what I'm saying. And the hopefully, is that Facundo, Amad, Traore, these are the sort of players. And I didn't want to say this. I've muted this word on Twitter, but Sancho is still apparently in the works, potentially. There's still murmurs of Sancho. I've muted that word from Twitter. I can't take it. After this whole summer and, Sancho's coming. It was just too much for everybody to take, man. Can't take that anymore. But we need to fill that right gap. So that is absolutely, absolutely vital. We're in a massive game tomorrow. And Ollie's got to remain positive. He's coming out right now in a press conference saying it's special for him against Watford. He's talking about Igalo. He will be involved. Okay, so I've got my team selection up in a second, but he's saying he will be involved, so it might be from the bench. But look, I think this is a farewell for Igalo. Look, he helped us big time. That goal we scored, in the European game was ridiculous from Bruno. So thank you, Igalo, mate. Enjoy the rest of your football career. Go out with a bang, hopefully tomorrow, score a goal and help us proceed. I would love that, mate. You've been a good guy. You've never like been angry or sad or sulked. You've always had a smile on your face, and that's what Manchester United fans respect and like. So big up to you there, man. Again, this is so I'm in England at the moment. It's a lunchtime quick update. We're looking forward to the Watford game, FA Cup tomorrow. So let's go into it. Watford. This Watford team are not a pushover. Anybody thinking we should play all the under-23s, play Joe Pereira, recalling from loan or whatever, and just play, like, I don't know, my nephews, and we'll get through, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Watford are no joke. They've been in the Premier League. They're going to be up for it. There's not much they can be up for, really, if you look at what they're doing and the Championship table. Let's actually have a look at where they are in the table, because when you've got teams like this, sometimes these competitions are all they've got. So they're sixth in the in the Championship at the moment. Played 22 games, and they're about 10 points off the top. So look, they know that they might be in a chance of staying up, of being promoted, but win the league is never going to happen, I don't think. You've got Norwich at the top, which is no surprise. So for me, this is a trophy they want. Everybody wants the FA Cup. It's important. So how we set up is very, 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 very important. And I'm going to tell you my team lineup in a second. Luckily, it doesn't include Facundo, because I knew that he would. What they had COVID through all the things I've been hearing over in the sports world. Just to make sure here as well, Solskjaer's actually, the press conference is happening as we speak, and now he's talking about Diallo. He's still not been with us in the training group. It's the last bit of paperwork so he can come in. Excited about all the new players coming in. Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't see Diallo playing over the next 2-3 weeks. We've seen what's happened with Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek came out and said, look, he's happy with the team, but he thought he would play more from Fabrizio Romano. I don't see Amad Diallo coming into next, second, third, fourth game even. It's going to take time. And I know we all want it. When we're playing FIFA, we want to see our best players play straight away. I get it. But we also need to give the kid some time. So for Watford, you know what? I'm excited, right? It's going to be an interesting game. It's one of those ones where you say we had nothing to lose. We do. We want to progress. At the moment, we're not doing very, very well in terms of cup competitions. We're out of the Champions League. We've got Real Sociedad in Europa. We're out of the Carabao Point in Disneyland Cup, and we're fighting for a challenging for a league. But we know it's a long season left, and it can just one time Chelsea are going to win it, one time Tottenham at the top, they're going to win it. We don't know what's going to happen, so we have to play the game that's in front of us. I'm optimistic, guys. I love my team. I know you love your team. We can do something, but we just how we set up. So let me talk about the team lineup that I want to do for this game. So I've got Henderson on this. I'll tell you why I've got Henderson. It's only because, look, we know De Gea's on form, and we need De Gea playing probably 80% of the games and being up for it and feeling that he wants to get on the pitch and he's hungry. Play Henderson in these sort of games. Let him get some more game time. He's on a lot of money. This is the perfect game for Henderson. So I'm starting Henderson in goal, and I think hopefully you agree with that as well. I'm not sure how everybody's feeling about that, but hopefully you agree with that. Then we go into defence. Telles needs to play. He needs to get some game time. It's easy for me. Shaw is our number one left back, and I think everybody can agree how far this guy's come. But Shaw is our number one left back. But Telles, this is a perfect game for him to get back up to match speed. He hasn't played a lot of games recently, and I want to see him. I love that 99p whip he does, and I think it'll be so good to see him there. We've got Lindelof. I feel like Lindelof needs to play because, firstly, I want to give Maguire a break. Not only a physical break, but a mental break. The guy gets so much stick, and it wasn't just his fault in that previous game when we lost to City. That ball came over, Lindelof shanked it. Maguire was like, oh, Jesus, I've missed it too. And then AWB wasn't defending the back post. You can't put that all on Maguire. But when you pay so much money and he's a captain, you expect more from him. So it's a bit of a shame. But I feel like if he gets a bit of a rest, which he probably won't, Ollie, just rest the guy. And then we've got Lindelof. So I want Lindelof to play some more games. I don't think Mengi's ready. Yeah, just to throw him in the deep end against like Deeney and stuff like that. Don't make the boy never want to play football again. Tuanzebe, more than up for it. Put him in there. Give him a run out. Lovely. Williams, I know there's some talk about Williams. Is he part of the team? I've seen some rumours today that Williams might not be a part of the team. He might be going out on loan. What's going to happen? Who knows? But for me, Williams, this is a time to actually see what he's doing. Just before I carry on with this, I'm going to come back to this in a second. We can see there's more news actually coming out from the press conference. So Solskjaer's talking about Diallo. He's saying, we'll give Diallo time. I've seen there's been a lot of expectation at Amad, and rightly so. He's an exciting player. He's got some exciting attributes that we look forward to developing and giving him a chance to succeed. He's mentioned the under 23s word. Okay, here we go. Facundo Palestri times 2.0. If it's going to be in the 23s to play his first few games, or if he looks so ready after he's been training with the first team, he'll go straight into the group. I don't know yet. Wow. So basically, Ollie's saying he needs to see him train to know if he's going to go straight into 23s or straight into the first team. That is huge. That is a call out, a huge call out to Amad to say, show me where you want to play. Show me if you're ready to play right now. Show me if you can fill that gap that is gaping on the right wing. Gaping. It's been gaping for years. So you know what? I'm excited about this. And I feel like, come on, Diallo, man. Just do something. Do something in training. Make people absolutely fall over like Chuckle Brothers. I'm excited about that. So this is a call to arms from Ollie to Diallo. Show me what you've got, my brother. So that's actually really exciting. And I'm hoping that Diallo can do something very special in this game. In the trainings and all the different games that we see him play. So back to the team lineups. So we've gone through the back six, back five. Then I've gone with Matic and McTominay. And the reason I've gone with this is that Watford are a very physical team. Matic doesn't play every game. McTominay actually in the last few games hasn't played a lot of games. So it's one of those situations where I feel like, you know what, let's get the height in there. Let's get the stability. And I feel like we can do something good there. Buggy Vibes, what you saying, my bro? Axel then for Williams position. Yeah, we could do Axel there as well. I don't really mind what happens there. I just think like the games, I feel like the players need to just get some playing time and show them what they've got, because when we're so high up in the table, joint top, Ollie's not going to be braving random players just to come in and play. He's going to play the team that he can trust. He has his favourite, so does every manager. So Matic and McTominay. Matic has got the experience. McTominay, depending on how Watford set up, will be allowed to actually go forward and drive forward like he did for the other game when he scored 2 goals. You can see that Ollie lets people do what he wants to do in that situation. McTominay has never driven forward that much. So Ollie might say, look, if we've got that position, go forward. Then we have to bring in Van der Beek. If he doesn't start this game, my gosh, that is hard. That is hard on him. He's got to start. And he's got to actually just, you know what, play a good game. Don't have to do amazing tricks and this and that and that. Just play a good, solid game and show that you're reliable, because we can tell that Ollie likes reliable players. That doesn't give away the ball too much. He's such a possession player. So hopefully that'll be nice. Don't forget to like the video, guys. We're just doing the team lineups if you're just tuning in now. We've got James on the left wing. You know what? It's just play. Just giving him game time. I haven't really got much to say on James. Just give him some game time. Stretch the defence a bit. He needs, his football IQ needs to go from 0 to 100. Like, honestly, just like his speed. His IQ needs some serious help. But we can do some training courses, online training courses. Hopefully he can have a look at and improve his skill there. But yeah, I've got nothing against James, but we need more. Mata, nice calm air of experience from the right wing that we need. And Greenwood needs to score some goals. It's vital. He's one of those players and strikers where he's not been playing his right position, so he's kind of lost. He still do step overs, but teams are knowing what he's doing now. So play the guy where he's born to score goals. A striker who's not scoring goals is like someone not having water. It's not right. You don't feel good. You feel achy. You feel rusty. You need to start Greenwood up front in his natural position, and this is the perfect game to do it. We've got speed in James. We've got good transition with McTominay to Van der Beek. Hopefully, if McTominay can find a pass, this team should be strong enough to win this game, but it does depend on the mentality and the attitude. I'll tell you right now, if we go out of the FA Cup, it won't be a good weekend. It will not be a good weekend, and there's only so much positive vibes you can keep giving when you're playing Watford and you're losing to all these different teams. You need to step up. So that's that team here. Let's check in back on the on the updates to see what's happening in the updates here, because this is very important. So if we look at that, Odin's going to be involved. Yeah, we've talked about that. Amad's going to be given a chance, but it's obviously up to the group. We've looked at Facundo Palestri. He has got COVID, but luckily we're training with the under-23s. And Ollie's a massive, massive admirer. We've potentially got Marcus Rojo and Sergio Romero. They're not going to extend their contracts, and they're trying to get moves away. Marcus Rojo is looking at Pogba Juniors. I'm not too sure. I've seen loads of different rumors for Romero, but people were happening. Brandon Williams been linked with some moves away from the club as well in terms of a loan. And James Garner, who's actually at Watford, it's not going very well for him. I've seen news that Andres Pereira wants to cut his Lazio loan move short. It's just not working out for him. There's a lot going on at Manchester United, and with all things going on and all these quick games in succession, it's one of those things where we have to make sure we don't lose track of what we're doing and how we stay true to who we are in terms of getting these games done, just winning it. I've said this so many times, all my different sort of shows, that we have to make sure that we're just getting the job done. If our priority is the league, and I think it is now, because obviously we're not in any other competitions apart from the Europa League and the league and FA Cup. We hope we stay in the FA Cup. We need to make sure we concentrate fully on that league. Concentrate on the league, put a challenge up. Doesn't matter how we win, just win the game. FA Cup, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the FA Cup. We don't know what's going to happen, but with the league, we can control that. We can bring in new players. We can bring in a centre-back. We can make sure the team are up for it. We can tell them that this is Manchester United. And as Ollie always says, it's the DNA. But in honesty, it is the DNA of, well, actually, do you want to play for this club and do you care? So making sure that we've got that right attitude to go out and make sure we absolutely smash it. So for me, the game's open. The game's open tomorrow, and I'm going to be back tomorrow with a match reaction. Check out my previous video for the match reaction of the game that we unfortunately lost to Man City. We've got some real home truths in that video. It was really, really strong. We had basically Ollie Alter on the show who put forward his views. We had myself, who's basically I'm backing the manager. I'm backing the manager for 100%. I've seen enough, but also I need to see more, as any fan would. And we had another person as well, Neji, on there, who was talking about his views. He was really upset. So, but we move on, we press on. We've got to stay positive. And also check out another show I did recently about player ratings, which were really, really good. So we looked at all the players we had, and essentially we ranked them in about 5 tiers. And it's very interesting to see that from crucial to time to go to squad players, so forth. That it's very interesting to see the end result, that our crucial players were the team that we had, but the positions that we need were the positions that we didn't put in crucial. And that'll make more sense when you watch that video about the player ratings. It was a really, really good show. And we're going to do more shows like that. But yeah, guys, we'll keep in contact. I'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction to Watford. And let's just get the win. Come on, United. I'm feeling it. Come on, let's get the win. Check out my other videos. Subscribe, like the video as well. And thanks so much for your support, guys. It's been so real. Dominic out.